Yo, what's good? It's Mastermind MMA, and this video is gonna be my ideal my ideal run for Johnny Bones coming up. So now that he beat DC by vicious knockout, and if you go to my UFC 214 picks video, I uploaded around like 5 o'clock on Saturday, before the fight, and it was pretty much what I called, dude. Like, I went back and I listened to it, and it was pretty funny. I was talking about how it was funny because I was teetering between a fourth round submission and third round TKO, and I was like, nah, he brought up his brother, so I'm pretty sure Johnny Bones is gonna finish him in the third round. And then I was talking about like the vicious elbows on the ground and him like, and then how he gets like tagged up. I mean, just go back and listen to it from like the 8-minute mark, and it's pretty remarkable. So like, it's funny as shit when I was listening back. But anyway, yeah. So now what I expected happened, and what I want to happen now is I don't know how they're gonna make the Lesnar fight come up fast, or if they're gonna wait for the hurdles. But here's what I'm saying. Here's what I'd like to see personally as a fan. I want to see John Jones versus Gustafsson 2, so he could just silence whoever says anything about that. Next, after that, now what would make most sense would be a Rumble fight, because we need that, because we were supposed to get that. So Rumble, they cut the check, get Rumble back. Rumble and John fight. Then, by that time, I'm sure Lesnar would be clear. So Johnny Bones goes up to heavyweight, a non-title heavyweight fight, reminiscent of Anderson Silva. When he had the belt, he was reigning, and then he fucking went up to 205 and was fucking motherfuckers up at 205. So this is Johnny Bones fucking like reigning at 205 and now going up to heavyweight and fucking motherfuckers up. So, and then he goes up, fucks up Brock Lesnar, and then we're like, oh, Johnny Bones Jones finally went up to heavyweight. It was, blah, 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 blah. And then now next, if Stipe still has the belt, Stipe. But whoever has the belt, that's next. I'm saying, like, all right, say Stipe still has the belt. Then next fight with Stipe. Boom. Johnny Bones, if he wins the belt with Stipe, then it's like, bro, like, then you start defending, and then, I mean, 214 it's like trending to do over 1 million pay-per-view buys. So, bro, Johnny Bones Jones is that caliber of draw of Ronda Connor, GSP. He's definitely in that conversation. And now this like really solidifies it, especially because he is the greatest talent, which is translating into people wanting to watch him, and they'll pay to watch him. So he is a draw now. So he is going to take the Conor route. He can take the Conor route, but still, like, after he solidifies all his resume and shit like that with what I just said, then he could go off and do like super fights. He could probably do the boxing shit. And honestly, I think people would rather see that, because Johnny Bones Jones is established. Like, Conor got the belt at 45. He didn't defend the belt. Then he fought Nate, lost to Nate. Fought Nate, won to Nate. And then he went to Eddie, won the belt, and now he's fighting Floyd. So people are like, oh, he didn't defend. But John, dude, he's been reigning. So it's like, dude, what can you say? He's just like, that's what's really next, is like the super stardom progression for him. If he keeps this shit up, dude, like if he keeps on being this motherfucking beast. So that's what I'm saying. What's up next for Johnny Bones Jones? And then just running down for other people like Tyron Woodley, man. You need a good fight, for a good, entertaining, fan-friendly fight, just to get everyone, get off your back real quick, and just reset, knock a motherfucker out quick. So he needs to fight fight, I mean, Masvidal, I guess, next, and then he needs to knock out Masvidal for the UFC brass to be happy and for a majority of fans. So that's as far as I'm going to go with talking about him. Who else? Cyborg, definitely Megan Anderson or Holly Holm. After that, Damian Maia. I mean, he's going to be a problem in the division. You know what I mean? He's going to be that guy that is killing people's momentum. Like, I think it's going to be a thing like a Masvidal thing, where you're going to have so much momentum, and then you come across Damian Maia, and if you don't get submitted, you're going to get controlled, and then it's like, well, fuck. Like, but if the UFC still treats it like, all right, well, fuck it, we'll just keep you going, then it doesn't really matter, which they probably will do, because, you know, Masvidal Thompson should be a good fight. I don't know, let's see how Wonderboy is, man, because Wonderboy might be changed after those T-Wood fights. Let's see. Jimmy Manuwa, whatever momentum he had riding with him, that shit went right out the window. Because he, you know, after he got knocked out by Rumble, he was kind of a non-factor in the division. And then he was kind of putting some win streaks together, and the division was light, so he knocked out OSP after OSP fought John. And OSP went 5 rounds with John, and the way Manoa knocked him out, he inserted himself. And then with Vulcan, this was really supposed to be a placeholder fight for him. He was just on the card just in case something happened to either one of the guys. He would fight for the belt. So with Vulcan, you know, this is like, all right, we'll throw Vulcan him, see where he's at. But apparently Vulcan's that dude. And AJ was saying that's his main training partner. He's a motherfucking tough guy. So let's see Vulcan. I'd like to see Vulcan fight either Glover Teixeira or... I mean, he called out Gustafsson. I don't mind that either, dude. He's like calling out Gustafsson for the King of Europe fight, seeing who really fights John. I like that fight as well, but I want just the rematch with Gus and Johnny to just get done with. So I like both fights. I wouldn't be mad if they do that shit, have Gus and him go, but I'd like to see Gus and Johnny rematch before anything. So, who else, dude, is really I'm trying to think. I don't even fucking know, man. I think that's about it, dude. Like, really, when you look at it, the champions on that card, Cyborg, we expected her to come. Johnny Bones did what I expected him to do. T-Wood did what I expected him to do. So, you know, the division especially, it's like, all right, so he's not getting that GSP fight. There's no real clear-cut contender at 70 because T-Wood just beat him. So it's like, all right, well, the division needs to get going a bit. And, you know, I just thought, just to mention, dude, I thought Rockhold Branch was like, why are they giving him a tune-up? Apparently, he was offered Yoel, but he was turning Yoel down, and he accepted the David Branch fight. It's like, yo, that's kind of fucked up because he was talking all that shit to Weidman, and he didn't want to get, like, what happened to Weidman happened to him. Because Weidman just G'd up and was like, you know, fuck it, I'm gonna fight Yoel at MSG, and then he ended up getting knocked out. So Luke's like, oh, I'm not trying to go through that. Give me David Branch. And if he loses to David Branch, dude, like, Rockhold, that hurts him a lot. You know what I'm saying? So, obviously. But it should be a tune-up fight. But David Branch is a tough guy. And if he goes to the ground, dude, I'm pretty sure he's a Renzo Gracie guy. He's a Renzo Gracie black belt. So, I mean, people in the Jits world say he's like, nasty at his shit. So, Rockhold might fuck around and get submitted. He's got to be careful. He's got to watch his P's and Q's. So, yeah, man. That's kind of like what I kind of see coming up. Yeah, man. So, you already know. It's Mastermind MMA.